episode 181. Malockley, how are you? Are you well? Am I loud?
I got a 10-year stretch, so I got some skins. I got them up my sphincter.
Up
I
my
got
bum.
a little lump of smokety poo, and I'm going to the jail town. All the boys can touch me, they can poke me, but they can't put their dicks inside me. I
No.
don't want my piece of cannabis pushed too far up that my fingers can't reach. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome, Scott, to what episode is this?
Episode 181. Am
Not
I
so
loud?
you're fucking dead.
180, 179?
It's 182, listeners.
No, it isn't. It can't be.
Listen. The live one came out. That was 179. 180 came out. Anyway, whatever one I edited.
This is 181 then.
We're in the future.
Mal, just answer the question. Am I dead loud to you? Because right now, in my ears, I'm deaf to myself.
Sounds good. It sounds good.
Right, what's going on there?
It sounds good. I'm going to go to fucking Spotify, and just to double check what. I mean, this is, I've moved my hang room. I've moved my hang room because you finally broke and couldn't handle the mess in my room, and my wife crawling into the fucking.
Well, I mean, it's just the fact that there's no, continuity. I thought, what happened to the background? I thought you were getting a cutting up like your old dad here.
Aye, well.
Do you want to tell the listeners? The listeners why that's not happening?
Scott said to me, just get a wee cutting out of IKEA, blah blah. Aye, no bother, that's brilliant. Sounds fucking great. I put it on my dookie, brilliant. Aye. And then I just said to her, I'm just going to put a curtain rail up here, and that she went, no, this is temporary for you. Once you get your studio, you can do what you want.
Right. Well, do you know what? Well, that's when you should have done one or two things, right? One, you should have either put your hands down your trousers and felt some testicles, and if you still got testicles, stand up to the wife, or use your man brain and have a workaround, because all you had to do was get 2 of the wee hooks, 3 of the wee hooks, put that in the wall, right? And then get the curtains that have got the eyelets on it and just hook the eyelets on. So you've not got a curtain rail up. So you just got something that's hooked up. And then see when you're gone and you've been sent out of that house, she could hang some fairy lights there, or whatever it is, a fucking bird's day when you're not about.
I was saying this to my mate the other day there who said he didn't like you, right? I say he's a fucking great guy. He's brilliant for like chef tips. I say to that, and things like this, eye hooks. I just thought curtain rails, mate.
I know, but sometimes you can't put, like, see when I was in my old flat, because I only had a wall, so I was like, I can't put a curtain pole on a wall, so I just put I got them at the Asian traders, mate. 99 pence for a pack of 6. Couldn't believe the value. I was like, how do you make money in this, boys? He's like, because we're running a fucking prostitute ring in the back. I was like, fair enough, my man. Got the wee hooks, screwed it in the roof, right?
Yes.
The missus went fucking bananas, as all women do.
As they do.
This is a rented house. We're going to lose our deposit. You're like, okay. You just say okay, right? And then it's forgotten about in 10 minutes. Hung my curtain up for my backdrop, right?
Agnes upstairs is fucking walked in her nails. You've just hammered through the
exactly. She just sliced her foot up. And then see when I was finished putting that curtain up, she put hanging baskets on it, mate.
Oh, so it's a win-win.
So suddenly the hooks now become usable. Do you know what I mean?
Aye. Well, I might re-look at the curtain situation. You did say at least dating your laptop so the natural light's on your face. So, you can't have it all, Scott Gibson. But that's interim. Cheeky Mal is waiting to get into Studio of Doom. And what the fuck, you in a body warmer? You're slagging my Timberland fucking, what is this called again? A polo shirt. And you're wearing a body warmer. You've been at the van too much. You're talking to fucking hairy ass guys too much.
There we go. I'm trying to get the first topic up here for us to discuss, because this is going
to fucking. You can try all you want. You're wearing a body warmer. Mate. Don't ever. It's not even a body warmer. It's a.
No, what are you talking about? It's a fucking jacket.
That a lot of slab, but it's a fucking. You got that straight out of a fucking toolkit,
mate.
Well, he's taking it afternoon rage. So is my t-shirt bras,
mate. If Giacomo don't sell it, I don't wear it. I don't know how many times I need to tell you that.
Look at that chicken wing of mine, man. Pure fucking worky time.
Yeah, everybody. Sometimes people have said to me like before, "Where'd you get a t-shirt, big man? Or where'd you get a jumper, big man?" I'm like, I don't know how many times I need to say this. See if it isn't sold by the house of Giacomo. It isn't worn by me. I can't walk into a shop and buy clothes.
Giacomo.
I'm too big a man.
Giacomo, show. Scream, pin. Do you ever heard that, the Mighty Bush?
I was never a fan of the Mighty Bush, mate. Maybe if I went back and watched it, maybe I would appreciate it. But at the time, that was too, like, that was kind of
Too out there for you?
No, out there. That was a bit too kind of, what's the word I'm trying to look for? Faggoty. That was a bit too kind of like all the weekend.
Too funny for you?
No, I don't think the Mighty Bush is funny at all.
You put it down to the cool kids, and you consider yourselves one of the cool kids.
No cool kids
to watch it.
We were the cool kids. That was for like the kind of nerdy geeks.
No, well, I consider myself a nerdy geek then, because it's genius. And I think if you went back and watched it with Yaz, the two of you would have a fair old chuckle.
I think you need to either be stoned, because I wasn't into drugs, mate. Do you mean that's the problem? You were mad on the drugs. To enjoy the Mighty Bush to its fullest, I think you need to be on drugs, definitely.
I watched the Mighty Bush, mate, and then I watched that again with my kids. That's how funny it is.
To enjoy your life to the fullest, you need to be on drugs, my man.
Mate, I'm looking at myself in the mirror. I'm looking at the man in the mirror, and I'm seeing an old guy every fucking day, and it's getting me down, Scott. It's bringing me down. I'm no nimble anymore. I fucked my back.
Mate, it's just, first of all, 50's just a number. And also think how
Gibson.
But think how much has changed in our short lifetime, right? You've only been alive 50 years. Now, see when you were a wee guy, like see when you were a teenager, see if you met somebody who was 50, mate, he was kicking about in a flat cap.
Aye.
That's me away in the pub, son, for a half and a half. Like they were literal old men. Because I was like, my mom's birthday was last month, right? And she's 62 now. And when we were talking, because I always have this joke, my mum was 56 for 5 years.
I'll get that joke,
right? Every time
she was 29.
Every time I'd say, how old are you this year? She's what, I'm fit. And do you know what, mate? See, once, right? I don't know what happened, but I either lost my passport or I allowed my passport to expire. I think it had expired.
I thought you said, you've got to say, I allowed my passport to be lost.
No, I think it had expired.
You may run free, young passport.
It had expired because it was like, see, when I first started doing comedy, I didn't go on a holiday for like maybe 3 or 4 years, right? Just because you're always working all the time, and you it's like anything else. No, you don't, even then, if you didn't work, you weren't earning, right? So I wasn't scared at the start, but you were like working month to month, right? So I just never had
any fucking gig that's gone, man.
Aye, exactly. That's what it was, right? So anyway, went to book a holiday, didn't have a passport, so went to the passport office in Glasgow, and for some reason it was then shut down, and the guy was going, "It's all government cutbacks, mate." I was like, I don't want a life story, I just need to. So I had to go to either, your options were Ireland or London, right? I was like, well, I'm not going to fucking Ireland just to get my passport done. So I was down in London for a gig, and I was like, I'll go and do this gig, and I'll go to the passport office in London. Went down, and I needed to get my mum's date of birth for some reason.
No, your mum took you to the big city because you were scared to go alone.
Mate,
Mummy, can we go to the palace?
You know what? I wish you had it.
Come on, Scotty boy, if you're good, I'll show you the Queen.
So see where I don't think my mum will show me the Queen, man. She'd be like, "We'll show you the fucking the chapel, young man." I had to phone her, right? So the woman says to me, "What's your mum's date of birth?" And I was like, 13th of June. And she went, "What year?" And I was like, "I have no idea." She went, and the woman was like dead. I mean, like pure deadly serious. Because I was shit myself. Because see, the one in London, mate, had to go through 2 metal detectors. And I'm not trying to generalize, but everybody who was there wasn't British, right? So it was like, where am I? It was really unsettling. And people were screaming and people were greeting because people were getting told you're getting deported, right? It was fucking chaos.
Hello! I'm sorry, mate, you're not getting in.
I was sitting in this chair. There's maybe like 15 chairs, right, in a big row, and it's like 4 deep. It's like a waiting room at a hospital, and I'm the only white guy sitting there. So everyone's sitting pure bucketed up, and I'm like, all right, lads.
You're not touching your feet and that.
I was like, I'm going to be honest, boys. I don't think many of you are getting a passport today. I'm going to be
I'll see what I can do, boys. Let us move you up to the front of the queue. I'll see. I'll put a word in for you, Jacques.
And many of you boys came out here in a Lilo. Yeah. What? So
can I have the people that have came here in the Lilo and the right, and a person who's came here in some sort of boat to the left?
Then he's got a job yet. You're fucking no chance of getting these cunts are brutal, mate. Get yourself up to Scotland, man. It's a right good laugh out there.
Your daughter's a right good looker. I tell you what I'll do. Give me her for a fortnight, right? And I'll see what I can do.
my man. Stop touching my feet for a start, my man, right? I don't work here. I'm in the same boat as you. Well, not the same boat, but I'm in with you boys, all right?
Yeah, my man. You bet, listen, I'll just go out straight to you, my man. Any cunt that sandals isn't getting a passport.
Mate, how do you spell Brian Laudrup's full name? Right, yeah, dude. Welcome to the passport office, my man. Step forward. First question: what country did you travel from? Pakistan. Okay, dokie. Second question: how many Labradors did George Alberts have? Sorry, no, you better answer quickly, my man. Time's ticking.
You shake like a fucking shake hands like a wet fish, my man. You're going nowhere. Get the fuck.
Where was chicken tikka masala invented? Mumbai. Wrong. Glasgow. Next.
Aye.
No,
Who
please, my
invented-
family, get out of my fucking queue now.
Did you or I, and I be my country, and you be your country, invent the Rogan Josh?
Answer this question, and the
Scotland
passport is
invented
yours. Is a Rogan Josh a delicious home cooked meal or an international DJ? Answer quickly. So I had to get my mum's date of birth, right? And see when I phoned my mum, she wouldn't tell me her date of birth. I had to get two things. I had to get her date of birth, and I had to get the date in which her and my dad were divorced. And I was like to the woman, I went, what? She went, look, this is information we need to prove who you are. And I was like, but I've got a driver's license. I just need to have it renewed. She went, I'm sorry, this is what we need. So see when I phoned my mom, she's like, I don't know when I got divorced from my dad, from your dad. I was like, Mum, yes, you do, right? I know, because I bet you that day's burned in your memory as like a joyful date. So
She just didn't want to say the words out loud.
She's like, I'm going to have to go and find the documents. And I was like, right, fine. So she phoned me back. But of course, she's like, I don't know where they are. And I was like, Mum, I am standing in the fucking passport office in London. There's armed guards here. This is, just tell me the dates.
Mumsy, please, Mumsy.
told me the date when she got divorced. Mate, would not tell me her date of birth. She goes, lads,
why are women so vain?
I've no idea. She went, just put 1965. And I went, is it 65? She went, just put that. I went, Mum, I have to give them your actual date of birth. So then I'm trying to do the maths in my head. I was like, it's no 65. So I think it was like 61 or 62 or something like that. But mate, see her try to fucking tell me it. Bro, anyway, my point being that
I'll be serious with you. You're more as looks like a young thing.
That's what, mate, Mum, because I look so old all my life, nobody believes that my mum's my mum or that she the age that she is, right?
Does everybody think you're her boyfriend or something?
Pure like that, mate. Either she's got money or you're struggling in life. Which is it? I was like, that's my mum, you cheeky bastard. But my point being that when we went out for dinner for her birthday, she was doing the same as you, and I'm trying to say to her, right, think about when you were my age, right, when you're in your 30s, and you were going out for like lunch with my gran for her birthday, and she was in her mid 60s, like my mum is.
Oh, like a fucking rinse and all that.
Aye, my granny had like pure jet black. She looked like a Sicilian fucking mafia granny, jet black hair. She looked like a wee old granny, and I was like, she was
jet black hair.
My gran used to dye.
Well,
mate, she used to dye her hair like see my gran. She used to dye her hair, right, and see she used to buy nail polish, right, and she used to paint her nails and then paint the rims of her glasses the same color as her nails every week.
Beautiful. That is beautiful.
She was wild, man. She used to cut her sleeves off everything because her arms were always dead hot. So she'd buy like a blouse or a cardigan and cut the sleeves off.
Just for arm wrestling and that as well.
The fucking gun show, man. Back in the day, man, she used to fucking wrestled in the docks. But that's what I was trying. That's what I was trying to say. Like, you're no old.
And you're right, because when I think about my grandparents, my granny looked the same for the 70s right until she died.
Same
she just looked like a granny.
She was just a granny.
I think in the 70s, she was probably in her 40s.
Aye. And also things like diet has changed, science, technologically.
There's more beer
muskets came along. Even like, look at this. Right? I was saying this to Missy the other day. So the Missus has started we've joined a gym. She started this new diet. She's got a personal trainer, and she's doing all the whole like measuring like macros and micros and grams of protein, grams of fat and all this, right?
All that, carry on, man.
But I'm like actually going, just think that is now part of like a normal conversation where you would go, that's got 14 grams of protein in it and 6 grams of fat. I'm going, can you imagine like saying something to that to somebody? Like, I didn't even know what a calorie was or what protein was when I was young. You just said food.
No. Exactly.
I'm still
to this day. Any cunt gives it, what's that fucking milk chocolate digestive? You can how many calories there? I just say, fuck off, you. Into my tea.
That's the only protein you eat. That's the only protein you eat. But do you know what I mean? Like,
it's
that
also
whole...
good for all your face.
But
the fact you looking young.
But the fact that we all know that stuff.
Are aware.
Are aware of it, right? But even that is like helping people live long. Like, you're now aware that, you know, you should eat more fruit and veg, and certain proteins are bad for you or the damage of alcohol. And here, see, talking about alcohol, have you heard this new radio advert that's about...
You sulf, you're jumping too much.
Mate, I'm 2 weeks into fucking waking up at 6 o'clock and getting gone with life, mate. I'm fucking buzzing on the black stuff.
Is that a pint of coffee?
It's not a pint, it's just a big cup.
Of coffee?
Aye.
Holy fuck, man. I had a Greg's coffee the other day and I was whizzing for at least 2 hours.
This would be an interesting one for you to answer, right? Or I thought it would be.
So just before we move on for the diet calorie chat, don't you fucking mic drop me, son. Before we move on for that micro, you just need to tell Yaz, don't worry about it, hen. You're only going to date for a month and then you'll be back to normal. Because that's what these diets and fads actually do. We all get fucking wrapped up in it. It lasts for a month, maybe a couple of months. All these cunts are doing ketos or whatever the fuck they are. Whatever's the fucking new green tea diet, it's fucking great and the best thing that ever happened to their life for about 3 months. They start seeing a wee difference and then they're going like, right, I'll just have a fish supper now. What's the point of doing it? Just be happy and get on with it. That's just my point of view,
I know,
man. I'm just like, I don't want any trouble, right? I'm just telling you how I feel about the world.
Wait, the problem with that is, Malaka, that's scheme boy mentality and that's our thinking. Whereas we forget that our partners, your wife, my missus, they're no Scottish. They've got a different programming than us. Yours is Italian, mine's English. They're not like us.
Well, they're females, so they're fucking different gravy right for the start, right?
I tell you something, but mate,
actually better. Women are better than men.
Oh, 100%. She's been going to the gym for 2 weeks now, right? And see the program that she's been doing, it's fucking, I mean, it's brutal, right? Even sometimes I'm looking at them and I'm going, you'll be fucked if I'm doing that. See, after 2 weeks, mate, I could bounce a 50 pence piece off her ass. It's fucking solid. Unbelievable.
Prove it.
Yes.
I just need one of your cheeks.
Yeah. Put your fucking cracking arse cheeks right against that now.
Just put one in the corner of the webcam. Hey, you don't need to show everybody everything.
Show your Uncle Mal your arse right now. But
yeah, mate, 20 pence or 50 pence, my man.
See the personal trainer she's got, right? It's a friend of hers. She's in Manchester.
You better watch yourself there, mate.
Mate, right here. You want to hear
another woman? Keep it going.
It's a woman, right?
Yes.
And I'll need to whisper this in case she's listening, right? See the lassie, it's the personal trainer.
Yes.
She's got an app, so it's all done through the app, right? It's all done online. But see the app, the back screen for every picture or every page of the app,
I know where this is going.
Is the personal trainer in sexy underwear.
No way.
Swear to God. Even when she's like, she showed me, she went like, account. What is this? I says, is that an OnlyFans you've logged in? And she went like, no, this is her app. And it is. It's like, it's all the training hang, it's all the stuff, but the woman's like pure like sussies and everything, mate. See when I saw sussies, I was like, see if she could get longer it. See if that woman could put like a sheep's head on. Mal would be fucking right all over that, man. Sexy suspenders and sheep.
Dress he'd detain and Summers longer it. I fucking love all that cap, man.
Yeah, gee.
See, when I'm with my nut, I've still got a wee bit of a boner.
Yeah, do you selling that lingerie?
See, it's called sexy lingerie, right? Because like, say, put it on and they linger about until you finger them.
What kind of stuff does your wife like? I couldn't tell you a fucking thing about her, but I tell you this, I'm mad on the gear, right? So I need something that's going to get my fucking old chap whopping after overtime. And
what's my favourite colour? Anything in see-through or fishnet.
We've got this lovely emerald green setting. Nothing in green, hen. Nothing in green.
What it is, right? I'm after some sexy lingerie for my wife in that 14-inch Rambo. Aye, Rambo and 6, that'll do. Thanks.
Do you sell dildos in here? How big are they? 5 inch? Have you getting bigger?
No dumbbells, dumdos. I want a couple of dumdos and butt plugs.
I'm looking for
arse beads. You get them.
I'm looking for something that can please the wife, and if anybody breaks in the house, could fucking rattle a few skulls as well.
I was going to fucking Safeways and just getting cucumbers, no, but
right, there's
the milk get all watery in the side of your bedside, man.
There's a price hike now. Name organic ones are dead. They're dead skinning you. It's not the same anymore. Remember in the 90s, you get a big fat cucumber and you buy holy smokes. It's not the same now.
I reckon if I get adobo and if I get a big enough one, it's a crunching and a fucking love weapon. But I want a lingerie in the 12-inch Rambone.
I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even know where to start with getting. Because the thing is,
the shops now just look at the windies and go, "Oh yes," and that's about as far as it gets.
See if you're a guy and you buy stuff. Like sexy lingerie. I'd love to do that. We should film that for this case. Me walking into Ann Summers and saying I want to buy lingerie for myself and just lingerie. Keep a fucking lingerie for sexy myself. Lingerie. Straight face. I'm actually trans and I'm wanting a nice bralette set. But I wouldn't even know where to start because that's the thing. Guys would buy stuff for their birds. And it is all fishnets and fucking contraptions and body stockings and all this. And then your missus would get it and she'd be like, what? And they're like, what the fuck has he bought me? Whereas if you sent your bird out and go and buy some sexy underwear, man, please.
Nice boxer shorts back.
But you'd still be like, that's still sexy as fuck, eh? No, eat a rolling pie and spit in my face.
Well, see, this is the thing, and I don't know if there's anybody else out there, a certain vintage, right? Is there anybody out there? It goes to the point where, obviously when you're dating, not everything's cool, you get the fucking sexy lingerie, right? And then as you get older, it kind of gets, it's in the top drawer and it's only pulled out once in a fucking Christmas birthday party or whatever, right? Then it just gets chucked out and it's comfy underwear. And so now I've actually got, I quite think sexy underwear's kinky, my man.
Sexy underwear's kinky or normal underwear?
No, just comfy normal underwear.
I don't care what it is.
See, I can rip off of my teeth.
it's all sexy. I don't care what it is.
Sexy. It's what's underneath it. Come on.
You could be standing there holding a poo bag for a while. I'm gonna give a fuck.
I spent my teenage years wanking after a catalogue, so fucking ain't sexy, you know what I mean?
As long as there's somebody
real underneath it.
3-dimensional is all I need.
There's no air comes out it when you hurt it.
It's because of the pheromones in the air. It's because your pheromones are getting maybe turned on that.
There's no air comes out it when you hurt it.
I don't ever.
Where is that comfy?
I don't know anyone like in my personal life who has had sex with a sex doll, and I don't understand. I don't see like the blow up ones.
Mm-hmm.
That must be different than the ones that are like fucking 40 grand. The ones like that that come in a box.
Get your money's worth.
Oh, I mean, like the ones that are like you see in they're in a box and they get like big rubber tits you can fucking smack about. Fine, but see the ones that you blow up. Surely that's just ripping your old boy off as well.
I get one in my suitcase once.
That must be like that must just be like shagging a fucking like a Lilo or inflatable.
A rubber ring. Cocked to bits, man.
That's what I'm saying.
It was agony. No, see,
remember that one in fucking Only Fools and Horses when they all inflate in the back of the van and then blow up? That's when TV was TV, Mo. Remember the one Chinese one? That with the big round moose?
Did they not have the lingerie on it as well to cover up their bits?
That's right.
Oh. I tell you, I keep referring to it, but you seen the picture of that fucking golden retriever with the tights on?
Aye.
Something sexy about that, hey?
No, come on now.
There is. It's like a leg with sexy stuff on it. That'll do for me, my man. Tick.
Have you ever? I'm trying to think. What's that program?
Sexy lingerie on that run up chase me about the garden.
What's that show with Lil Dicky, the rapper?
Dave the rapper.
Have you seen that?
I watched some of it, but I never followed it through. It was all right.
The first episode when he's got that fucking rubber ass and rubber legs. You don't remember that?
Pumping away at it.
He's just it's just an ass with legs, right? But he holds it up, and the fucking legs are like pure cerebral palsy, like pure flapping about. There's no bones in it, so he just slaps this big rubber ass in the bed, pumps it, and then puts a fucking bit of tissue on a stick, and then pokes it in the ass to clean it, and then just launches it back into the wardrobe. I'm like, what the fuck?
Fuck. Well, I'm saying that, you turn your nose up at that. I'm sure if anybody found a fucking wank sock that wasn't theirs, they would be like, oh, of course. What is this? Boomerang? A Nike boomerang? What? A Puma boomerang?
I need to use a kilt sock, my man.
I use a fucking 1983 Rangers full strip sock, my man. And it just fits you, my boy.
I didn't know what's talking. Are you getting old, right? I got a couple of things to talk about.
So far.
Do you want to go first? Because you'll know, remember.
The only thing I wanted to mention was two things. Again, TV things. I think I spoke to you about it. Did you watch the Sex Pistols Danny Boyle thing yet?
No, I've heard mixed things about it.
It's great, but what I wanted to talk about is because obviously it's worth a show, worth a watch. I think it's on Apple or something like that. 6 parts or whatever it is, and it's quite good. Obviously, it's entertaining. That's what it is. I don't know how factual it is, but what it made me do was listen to Nevermind the Bollocks album again,
right?
And marvel and how genius that is. 3-minute punk songs. Everyone's fucking. You know, you've probably never really listened to it, Al, but every song and every lyric is burnt into my memory for being a young guy. Because I remember I got it off my mate who stole it for his big brother, and we listened to it in my house, and we were like, "Holy fuck, they're swearing in a record." Listen to what they're saying, and learning all the songs was like a fucking, that was a wee bit of fucking Sergeant Stripe.
I mean,
Bodies,
obviously,
Liar, fucking Pretty Vacant, Anarchy in the UK, just amazing. Like the album's punk perfection.
I don't know, right? Because I fucking know a young boy, but I don't imagine anything like that exists anymore. I don't imagine there's anything that kids are getting that they're having to hide for their parents and then listen to it under the covers and be like, oh my fucking, like, I just don't think it exists anymore.
Probably drugs.
But even that, mate, that's not, because their parents would have grown up at the birth of drug culture, so it's not shocking to them. They might be shocked that their children are
shocked that their son's doing it, aye.
But it's not shocking to them. They're probably sitting after going like, he thinks he's fucking mental because he's smoking a bit of weed. Remember that time we were mad out on nutting mushrooms in Amsterdam? We fucking stole a joke.
Killed that hooker. What?
Aye. You say you never speak about that again.
Big shout out to Patrick at Zika, my hairdresser, who's now started listening to the show and he's loving it.
Shout out
to him, and he went like that. Oh, you just got us, boys. Because you're listening to the Kunzo episodes. I said, well, mate, you're going to have to sign up as a Patreon.
I mean, do you know what I mean?
And he's downloaded loads of them to play in the shop when he's cutting hair. Don't know if it'll go down too well with the younger customers, but No.
But
all about Patrick.
Shout out Patrick. So none of the missus is doing some voiceover for that fucking for the.
That's right. She did a voice. Aye, brilliant. Johnny Rotten was a right rotten fucker.
So she's had to do more this week because like I said, I've not watched it, but apparently was there a member of the band before Johnny Rotten, or was there a member of the band that got removed or something?
Aye, they had bands members coming and gone, like they were sacking them.
Aye, so there was one of them. One guy apparently wasn't happy that he wasn't mentioned enough or what, so they've had to do another voiceover and say his name more times or something.
Ah, okay.
Because she was in her office the other day going, the Sex Pistols were a young man. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Right.
Well, it's an interesting story because
Mal.
What?
I've just remembered.
What?
How do you feel about 2 Sugars in his tea getting taken off Radio 2?
What? McConaughey?
McConaughey. Fucking.
What fuck? Who's he touched?
Nothing, he's too old now. They're fucking wanting to make it all
too old for Radio 2?
Aye, mate. They've moved him out. They've taken the show off him and he's only gone down to 2 days a week doing something else.
Fucking hell. He'll be raging.
And do you know what? He was outside Radio 2 getting interviewed and I watched the interview and I thought.
Protesting.
I feel kind of sorry. He's just leaning on the side and he looks like a cool old dad. That's what it looks like. And he's like, I'm okay, man. I've got lots of projects and I've always been offered things that I've had to say no to. And, I'm just trying to take it as a positive thing. And instead of being in here 6 days a week, I'll just be in 2 and I can focus on other stuff. And yeah, it's a new chapter. I'm not bitter. I still love Radio 2. I love BBC. I'm going,
John Lydon likes 2 sugars in his tea.
Go on, mate. Chucked out.
But see,
nothing's safe anymore, Mal. Nothing's safe anymore.
Who's the guy I used to work with, who was in the Damned and stuff like that, was in the band. He talks like this, and him and McConaughey, something to McConaughey.
Stuart.
Aye, but the guy who used to do the double act shows with.
Was that his name, Stuart McConaughey?
No, Stuart McConaughey used to work alongside some old fucking radio presenter guy.
Don't know.
Right, who was like a young punk and all that, like into punk and indie music. He's now fucking sell his soul and he's doing shows for country and western, you know, just to fucking hold on and keep the gig.
Mate, country and western is the only real genre of music out there.
I lost my wife, my car, my job, and my son was shot in Vietnam.
Vote Trump.
I vote Trump. I drink beer. I fuck my wife on a Sunday night because I'm American.
Bye, everybody. Thank you. Good night. Okay. Great. Good night.
The HashTag show.co.uk